And Thermal Company's Black Series Edition LLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screens. I tell you something. Keep in mind when we open up the hot mic, we advise customers. Please don't get offended if we don't answer any of your questions. But the hot mic is not for questions. It isn't. We have emails you can reach us by. We have other places you can reach Facebook, and we're different accounts. You can go there and talk to us, chat to us, whatever. And we can reach out to you so you can get our amazing products. So that's the best way to reach out to us. But don't come to a hot mic, because the hot mic is here to expose people. At the end of the day, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and give them a chance to explain themselves. That's what the hot mic is for. So I ask these questions about the batch number, the batch number, the batch number, the batch number. Again, like I said, is the reason why batch numbers have to exist, because again, this protects the seller and also keeps the consumer from getting ripped off. You know, because you can be sent an everyday house paint. You don't know what you're getting if it's not tested. So we have the hot mic. And I explained to people, if you come into the room, you're ranting and carrying on. This does not help you at all, period. This hurts you a great deal, because who in their right mind is going to be upset about the batch number? Why would you be upset by it? Company's been using batch numbers since day one. How is this a bad thing? It's a bad thing if you haven't been testing your products. Then it becomes a bad thing. If you haven't been testing your products 100%, it becomes bad. Because again, if you can't pass a batch number, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to pass any testing on your products. And some screen paint makers would rather have it so they can just continue to make products that are not tested. And that's it. Just make an untested product, hit it with a high-end projector, and then basically just say, voila, it just works. That's it. We don't have to test it. It just works. That's not enough at the end of the day. Again, like I said, you don't want to come up with a product that you paid money for and it's house paint. Nobody wants that at the end of the day. You want a product that actually works. So that's why we educate the customers on what they need to ask for when buying products. I'm looking for something in here. So I think I got enough. I'll take these right here. I'll take these. Can I use this one right here? Working on the dummy labels. So again, yeah, if you last a few minutes ago, we're talking about do they really take their products seriously? Do they really take what they do seriously? And the onslaughts of angry individuals that are mad, especially the ones that came in and we're trying to back somebody up at the end of the day. How are you going to back somebody at the end of the day that they can't back their products? At the end of the day, it kind of makes you look bad at the end of the day. But again, what is bad about the batch number? So I'm going to be putting something on ABS forums for people to discuss and talk about why I feel all screen paint products should have batch numbers attached to them, why this is an extremely good idea. The only people that are going to oppose this idea are people who want to continue to rip you off. And the beautiful thing about that is it exposes those people who want to just rip you off. Because again, they're the only ones going to get upset about it. Anybody else that can back their products is not going to be upset by that. Let me see if we can grab this one right here. I need to cancel that. Go back in and grab, let me see, this one right here. So yeah, I'm going to have a nice little topic on ABS forums. I'm going to talk about the batch number. I'm going to push it on as many sites as I possibly can, so I get more customers aware of why they should be requesting batch numbers before they buy a product. And as I said before, this makes some people extremely angry, very upset, very bitter by it because they don't want to do the test. I'm taking that out. We don't need that. Taking this out. We don't need this one right here. That can go right there. We don't need that right there. Let me see. What else do we get? This one right here. See if this one runs. This is what we need. Nope. Not gonna work either, so we can take this out too. We need that. Removing folders we don't need anymore. And here's stuff that didn't take well. We didn't move these out of here. You're not gonna let me take all these out yet. Delete these. Then it can go. Let me see. We'll have to go back and see if we can find one. Find one that'll work. Let me see. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my accounts right now. And again, I explained to you, gentlemen, open case. You know where it's going, right? You know all the emails go at. They go basically over to the detectives unit, and they go over to the FBI unit. That's I'm pretty much probably going to call them today, and we're going to send more over. So it's not going to help you in the long run. But you know, if you're mad about this, and the batch number does disrupt your day, and it basically ruffles your feathers, then guess what you need to do? You need to go in and make new products and have them tested. So that way you're not ripping people off. These are the main people that want to cry, oh, everybody's a scammer at the end of the day. But you're against the batch number. And you're against something that also protects you too on top of that. I guess because they don't get a chance to manipulate their customers and tell them what they think they should need. That's what it comes down to. We're going to be designing pretty soon. I told you that the Cyberpunk Gaming Garage has its own blackout cloth gaming screen coming out. So we'll be showing it off pretty soon. It's going to be pretty cool looking. I can't wait. Products are hungry. And I can't wait to get rid of that tan screen, which has been driving me nuts since I've been here, and convert that over to black technology. We're not actually converting it, leave it the way it is. Short beer punching. I'm a bit hungry. I haven't received any hate mail over this. Yeah, we did. I can see in my account right now, we just received a lot of hate mail. And we know from who. Well, sending me hate mail doesn't help you. It doesn't. It doesn't help you that you're going to have a batch number. It doesn't help you that your product needs to be tested. That doesn't help you. It just shows that you disagree with the batch number policy. Ooh, Afro Samurai. Afro. No, we don't want that one. So we already got the hate mail already in. We knew we was going to hate mail in already. So gentlemen, you're mad about the batch number. You're mad because we're educating customers and we're telling them what to say before they buy a product. I don't seem to have a problem with a customer asking me that question. What's the problem? I don't see anybody else on eBay, like them other people who make paints over there. I don't see them complaining. I really don't. We only see two people that are basically upset and angry and complaining about this. Now, the reason why they're upset, again, can't back up the product. But also, too, they have nothing else. They don't have anything else. I've seen that Goopity Goo and that PS Paint. They look exactly the same. There's no difference from one or the other. Exactly the same. Same product, same wagon, different color. They don't have anything else. That's it. They can't basically tear a company down, rebuild it from scratch, start off with. They can't do that. With all testing with it. See, gentlemen, you have to understand, I can make multiple products, but I have tests under all my products. You can't do that. You don't even test at all. So what you have is what you have. That's it. You don't have anything else. And you can't make black technology because we actually gave them the ability to make black technology. And they're way off course on that. So if you could make something new, let's say if they could make something new. If they could make something new, then you would have no problem with wiping your entire product line clean, starting off with a whole new screen paint and showing test underneath of it. I don't even know why you didn't test from the door. If you tested from the door and you had your products tested, a batch number wouldn't bother you at all. Now, you can have a test on your product saying it works at 4K, but you have to have a comparison. What else works with 4K with your product? Is there a difference between your product on 4K than house paint? What's the difference? Is there a difference between 1080p and your product on house versus house paint? Because if I can get house paint to work on 4K, why would I go out and buy another product that's going to cost me more than house paint? What we can use? Trying to get a dummy label done. Yeah, that's the big question. That's a big question. Now, 90% work on 1080p and work on 4K. Yeah, but guess what else works on 1080p and 4K? House paint can do the same thing. House paint can work on 1080p and 4K. So what's the difference between a P2 projector or Samsung or LG or any one of those projectors, Panasonic, Sony, any one of those projectors at 4K on gray screen paint versus your product? Is there going to be a difference? What's the wrong one? Wrong one. That's a pretty hot one right there. Sorry for the crunching, people. I'm a little hungry. So for the customers out there, before you buy a spray screen paint product or any product, even from us, make sure you get a batch number. Make sure that the merchant can back the product up. We're talking about batch numbers a lot. And again, there's going to be people upset. They're going to be offended by that. They're going to be angry. They're going to be upset. But we don't care because, again, if you're upset over customers asking for a batch number, then that shows that you're up to no good. You don't want to do it, you're up to no good. Or, well, yeah, if it's on the product. But those people who have products, keep in mind, you really should have your stuff tested. You really need to have your stuff tested. Because again, you get a customer who may want to cause you trouble at the end of the day, you want to make sure your stuff is backed. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Apologize, people. Now, because I've requested for these batch numbers, Let me show you the outcome of the anger that we received from we know who. Because we asked for a batch number. Well, as customers ask for these batch numbers. So let's show you the anger right there. Look at it. So this right here, we all know who this is. See, I'm a dummy at the end of the day because I requested for the customers to get batch numbers before you buy a product. Make sure the product has a batch number. Make sure it's tested. So at the end of the day, I'm a dumb blank because I requested that. The reason why they're upset and angry is because, again, this is a person who will clearly show they're scamming. Or they really don't want to they're lazy and don't want to do the demonstration. They don't want to give you a product that actually works. That's what that represents right there. Two people are going to be really upset with this at the end of the day, and they can't provide batch numbers. They want to talk the most about their products being this, that, and the other, and they claim everybody else at the end of the day are scammers and ripping people off, but these are the people who will fight the hardest not to do a batch number. And this is why they're upset and angry, because they don't want to do it. They know they can't back their products up. That means all their products require batch numbers. Every single one that you sell, there should be a video popping up saying, hey, batch number so-and-so and so. Should have the timestamp date, should show you mixing the product. All that should be there and showing you doing the demonstrations versus would be gray versus gray. Hey, you want to add certified screens? Because I can knock out certified screens at the same time. I can actually add certified screens in there. I can literally up the ante on a batch number and make it extremely difficult for you. And right now, we know you can't pass a basic house paint. You can't pass it. So that alone right there, you wouldn't be able to do. But you have to do that. It's very important you do that because, again, I don't know what merchant at the end of the day is going to argue about something like this. Because if you get a customer in there and he's a bad customer and he decides he wants to do you dirty and say, hey, look, your product match house paint, or maybe open up the containers and tamper with them, you know, like some of these people do, then what are you going to do then? How are you going to fight that claim? How would you fight it? Oh, my stuff is it what? Is it tested or it's not tested? Do you have any proof of the condition of the product before it was shipped out from your resident or your business? Have you any proof of it at all, period? Then guess what? It's your word against theirs, and there's a good chance that the consumer is going to win this one. So there is no way to be able to protect yourself as a merchant. As a customer, if you're buying this product, mind you, this is an investment for your home theater setup. Is this going to work 100%? Are you getting exactly what you paid for? Do you have any proof that this works? Just like I can challenge Crow, I can challenge your customers right now. I could ask them, do you have any proof that that stuff won't match house paint? Show me proof. Any one of his customers, show me proof that this product doesn't match house paint. Go and get some gray paint, get an equal match, and show me it doesn't match his product. We do black versus black. We got to do a pour out so we can show that one product is black, the other one's black, not one being gray and the other one being black. You have to do a pour out. So do a pour out and show me 100% that that product is basically what you got when you ordered it, and I guarantee it's not. Those you have Cinemax, knock yourself out with the Network Grade 773. You're going to be shocked. Those you have Personal Mix, well, guess what that's going to match at the end of the day? The rest of that stuff. And that free mix that he shows you how to make for free, guess what? That'll knock out the rest of it. So, yeah, show it. Even with the darker mixes. You can get Bullseye Primer. There's several different versions of dark gray paints that they make at Home Depot. Sure, it'll match perfectly. I did it with Gray Primer. Matter of fact, the people that were complaining about the UV mix, they had their basement was dark gray, and they matched it. So, if you're confident about these products, show me some demonstrations on why these products don't require batch numbers. And I think some of you, at the end of the day, when you do these demonstrations, you're going to be really upset. You're going to be angry. And you're going to want a batch number on every freaking thing you buy. Now, do I mind this stuff right here, the cursing carried on? No. They're not going to put scammer in there and all that because they're in open investigations right now. They're being investigated for that nonsense, so they're not putting it in there. They're going to put curse words in there basically about dumb, blah, blah, blah. But you can see at many at the door. At the end of the day, they're walking on eggshells. They have no choice to walk on eggshells. So they can't, certain keywords they're looking for, they can't say. But keep in mind, gentlemen, your reaction alone by itself screams guilty. It does. It just screams guilty. Because you're upset and you're bothered by the batch number verification. The more we talk about this, the more people we reach. the more it hurts you at the end of the day. Because you don't want to do any of these demonstrations. We did a challenge. It was a 1-year challenge for these people who like to use these high-end projectors all the time. Now, they want to run their mouths. Keep in mind, be careful when you open your mouth to Mr. Bird, because I'll give you a challenge that you can't do and embarrass you in the process. You want to run your mouth about how we use high-end Christie projectors. We have demonstrations. We have the most demonstrations on a 1,000 lumen projector. I've seen you own the projector, but I've never seen any real demonstrations on it. Same dark environment as usual. But anyway, we had a swap out for your projector. I used to have, and when I had the other place, I had a 5,000 lumen 1920 by 1200 Christie LW 505 projector. I swapped it out for a 720p 600 by 800 it's a 720p 608 SVGA projector at 18 feet back, and that's a screen at 26 inches, 126 inches that sat in a bay of windows. For 1 year, swap your projector out. They couldn't even do it. We did it just for fun. 1 year we completed. Did a demonstration when I walked on, and I did a live demonstration starting from 8 o'clock all the way until I think it was 6 o'clock. Had the screen running that long without no fade out or washout. Y'all can't compete with our challenges at all, period. And the thing about it is, like I said, what scares y'all, these people the most, is that batch number. It scares them. It terrifies them. So you're not going to sell products anymore. When I told you at the end of the day that I was going to shut you guys down completely, that none of y'all are not going to sell jack anymore, I wasn't playing with that. If I know, and I'm online doing research, and I'm looking for tests, I'm searching for tests. I'm looking for tests that match our tests. We do brutal testing. And I'm not finding anything that matches. I can't even find a decent ambient light rejection screen without it being in a dark environment. So if I'm not seeing any of this, this lets me know at the end of the day, the information I'm getting back is that I'm not seeing it through certified, I'm not seeing it through screen, I'm not seeing it through anybody. So that means we would be the only ones who have the technology. So that would make it an easy cakewalk for us to be able to challenge your products. This is why we watch you guys cancel out, because you know exactly you can't pass any of the testing we have over here. You won't be able to withstand. But if I'm watching demonstrations and I don't see any gray versus gray, then that tells me at the end of the day that your product can't pass a basic house paint test. And that means I can get your product over here, get some network gray. Oh, I'm sorry, we already did that already, and match your products. They don't work. Or you would have batch numbers underneath of them. Now, like I said, we know people are going to cheat on these batch numbers, so let me explain to you how it goes. Fully lit environment, you'll be in a live demonstrations, you have to do contrast demonstrations on your products. If you made false accusations that your products put up these really heavy contrast levels, well, you're going to have to be to back that up. And not on a projector does 2 million to 1, on a projector does the opposite of that, way lower than that. Something like maybe like 3,000 to 1 contrast at a distance through in a fully lit environment. Yeah, we know that's going to be a hurt piece for a lot of people. And you're going to have to do tons of demonstrations on these gray versus gray. You're going to have to be able to prove that, which we know a lot of you are going to end up matching the tones. Because that has some nightmare paint right there. Yeah, so if you're going to either, two things are going to happen. Either you're going to go back and just get to destroy your entire product line. Your product line is gone. Because again, if you match any one of the tones, if you can't back your products to the contrast levels or anything you talked about in your specification sheet, you can't prove any of this at all. You've got to wipe the entire product clean that you continue to sell it. It's considered to be fraud and scamming. Deception. That's what it is. And when you make a new product, you have to make sure that your new product basically can go against the products that destroyed your first product. So you're going to have proof that your product actually does work. If somebody really wanted to hurt you guys at the end of the day, they drop $10,000 on you. Or $10,000 worth of product from you. You couldn't mass produce it, number one. And number two, you would have to back up every single drop of it. Or they can take you to court and they can sue you for more than 10 grand. They can sue you for the $10,000 plus the headache that you caused them at the end of the day. Because if they find out your product match house paint, they can hit you with a massive fraud charge. Can you back that? Well, gentlemen, and people who make these products, understand this. We want to push this campaign because I told you one of the things I want to see is I want to see screens have to go through certification. Screen paints before they can be sold. So that way the customer doesn't get ripped off. No customer in the right mind is going to be upset about this. What customer is going to be upset about getting a guarantee that the product's going to work? Only merchants will get upset about this. If you can back your products, then you're good 100%. You don't have a darn thing to worry about. But if you can't, you're going to have to shut down. Yes, you agree. You're going to have to shut the freak down. Let me tell you something. I was making gray screen paint products. I saw that one coming a mile away. I knew that eventually back then when I was making gray products, there was no such thing as tones. They didn't exist. You had black and white paint. That's what everybody made it. You put so much black into it to make your tones. That's what you did. Now you got paints that already come out with tones already attached to them. They're freaking nightmares. I'm glad that I got a chance to see Diamond's technology before the tones ever popped up and saw that, hey, I got to go in a different direction because, if I continue down this road, I'm going to be obsolete. Especially if this diamond technology, it just blows up and other people have gunmetal technology, which now you see that all different projection screens possess gunmetal technology. And then later on, these tones pop up, and I'm no longer involved with that because we make black technology, so it doesn't really bother us in the day. But then we realize that, when I'm in a form site and someone says, hey, what is the difference between your product and black paint? And I'm thinking, that's an extremely good question. Now, I could have ignored it like you gentlemen do and thought nothing of it, and you would have had that as a weapon against me. But we canceled that out because I took on that challenge. I'm not a person who backs down. I'm not a coward at the end of the day. You gentlemen, we give you challenges, you run like scared little children. You give me a challenge, I take it head on. So when that person first came in and made that statement, I thought to myself, that's a loose end in the armor. That has to be fixed. We have to figure out if we are matching any black paint. So this is where we started, basically doing all this research and putting our products against black paint, doing testings on white levels and all that stuff. And now we're at a point, we got a technology that we have the enhancement with the white coating so good in it that we can throw things against it and it doesn't even match. Yeah, because we could have did what you guys did and ran away from it, or we could have took it head on, and we took it head on. So now in the situation that I sit in, I can preach a batch number demonstration. I can preach a black versus black demonstration. And you guys can't do that because you did no testing. So it's going to obsolete you. Fast and quick. It's going to obsolete you. What about this one? I just need one, just for one dummy labor. That's all I need. Here. This one does it. $2,000. I can tell by reading your specification sheet. I don't know what you're talking about. Jamie just sat there and said his screen paint works at minimum of 2,000 lumens. You don't know your own product. Guess what? We had it down here. House paint picks up at 800. Literally, it does. In the dark, house paint will pick up at 500 in the dark. See these little Pico projectors I have over here? These little toys I had, these Pico projectors? This will pick up on gray paint in the dark. Easily. So the same dark environment you have your screen in, this projector will read. And so with this one, both of these will read in the dark. So if your paint picks up at 2,000 lumens or 2,200 lumens, and I can get these to pick up on network grade 773 or any form of gray paint, at the end of the day, at 200 lumens and 50, then guess what? You don't know your own product because your product picked up at 1,000 lumens. That means you don't know your own product. When you sit there and tell people that the Frankenstein mix is a product that you suggest not to be used for home use, you know the customer who shows off the Frankenstein mix is at home. He's not in a factory, he's not in a company, he's at home. So you answered everyone's question. Let's go to, let me see real quick while I'm doing this. I'm still looking for stuff for this right here. These are the demonstrations we done on knockoff projectors. Let me see. That's why get a batch number guarantee. Guess what that cuts that on? Bull crap. Which means you can't say trash or say fake things about your products. And you have to test them, because if you don't, you'll fail a batch number. That means you got to test, gentlemen. I've been telling you that for the longest time. Test, 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 test. I do testing. Why can't you do testing? What's the problem? So I'm going to educate the customers. We're going to put a section on our page to educate and help the customers to know what to say when you're buying a screen paint product. We're going to educate the customers. I'm going to put an education section on there for them. So they can come in and read what you need to ask for. Do you have an educational section you're putting on your website to educate customers what they ask for? Or are you going to ask them at the end of the day? You should ask Mr. Burr if his product matches black paint. Knock yourself out. I literally have to build an entire page for our black versus black demonstration. I have more than you. Don't ask about things that you haven't done yourself. Remember that. I can ask these things because I've done these already. I love when people sit there and will go, we've done those already. Like literally have done those already. Don't ask about things that you haven't done yourself. You talk about venue projectors. How many venue projectors have you owned? Not enough, do you? You have to do that. No, forget it. How many outdoor demonstrations have you done? Look on YouTube compared to me. All right. How many demonstrations have you done in extreme? Oh, no, not extreme weather. No. How many on certified screen? Nope. Got you there too. What about different calibers of project? Oh, got you there too. Yeah, y'all haven't done anything. How many screens have you built? You try to talk to people about building and designing fixed frame screens. How many have you done? We've done literally more motorized projection screens. I've done 120-inch tension screens, not from somebody else's house in my place that I've actually owned myself. Yeah, ceiling technology, ceiling rejection technology, none. Floor rejection, none. Ambient light environments, none. Nope, nothing at all. So, let's look at this theory here about the Frankenstein. Because in the Frankenstein, he says, this is a product that can't be used, and your home, it's up to you. So what happens? Remember, I got on his site one time and I asked him, and he ran it, carried on, just cut up, got mad. But you wrote it. I'm asking you about something that you wrote. What happens if I use this mix, which is now called something else completely different now, but it's the same video. We had pictures from the same video. Oh, God, I forgot about that nightmare. The dark mix he called the Dark Cinemax. He literally had pictures and videos that dated back from 5 to 1 year back. So he ripped off videos off somebody else's, his customer, and pasted it on there as if these were new videos. Y'all figure it out. Like I said, they don't take it seriously. It's a freaking 24-hour circus ride. Frankenstein mix. Let's go over here. Let's see. You know, it's interesting, and I talk about just writing stuff on your site and don't even know. When we have canisters, we have to do something called a paint down. Now, paint down is we figure out exactly how much paint is required to paint this into a screen. This is how we're able to measure 32 ounces, 24 ounces, 96 ounces, 48 ounces, 50 ounces. This is how we know this. We do something called a paint down. And when we do a paint down, I got to go heavy on the screen because I know how much paint I'm going to use. That's me. But I have to act like I'm a customer painting the screen for the first time. Some people are going to go heavy with the paint. So I'll go heavy with it. And you got to have at least that much left over. That much left over, because if the customer goes heavy on the screen, you should have enough to cover the screen. But you guys be just making up crazy stuff. Like one time he posted that 2 quarts could paint a 300-inch screen. Have you ever owned a 300-inch screen to make that statement? I had a 200-inch screen and 250. And the 200 screen, we tried to do it with 2 quarts, and it didn't even come close to it. But you're talking about 300 inches. And then turns around and says, it's the equivalence of painting 3 100-inch screens. So 3 100-inch screens is going to match the screen of a physical 300-inch screen. If that's the case, I did 250 side by side, so that would be about 300 inches, right? Yeah, I'll be missing the height. I'm still missing some length that equal up to that thing. My 250-inch screen was 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide. It was huge. So I don't know how that would even work. Let me see. See, making it up as you go along. That's pretty much what it is. Let's go over to here. And let's pull this up. Oh yeah, this is a video we sent over to the post office, which the unboxing showing letters and all kinds of stuff you wrote to us. Even you sent us stickers inside the packaging, all that, claiming that this is your package. You wrote on it, but that's his problem. He's gonna have to deal with. He got some problems coming toward him. They're gonna definitely prosecute like crazy. You got ticked off the government. There we go. There's one where we placed an order through Crow's website, and he canceled the order. He canceled all the orders. Every last one. You know, I ordered, I'm going to tell you how embarrassing the order process went with Jamie. I ordered 3 of his products each, and he canceled, put all that money back in my account. Now, mind you, people, I know he's going to go on and care and cry. He's going to go on and say, oh, but he was harassing me. Jamie, you gave me an email telling me to buy whatever I want. Guess what I did? I bought whatever I wanted. Guess what happened? You put my money back on my account and cried. The 3 people that were in the room talking trash, Danny gave me back my money so fast that I used the same $160. His price used to cost $160. I used the same $160 to buy all his products. It was that sad how fast he put that money. I'm pretty sure my address popped up with me. He must have had a heart attack. Like, oh, shoot. Yeah, he got scared. Don't talk trash about me at the end of the day. Joe was walking around his back or talking about I canceled on him. Oh, you want to play that game, eh? Okay, hit your website, pull my debit card, whoop, 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 went to your site, started ordering stuff left and right. That joker gave me back my money so fast. I used the same $160. Even got his samples too. I got stacks of them. Gave the money back right away. Right away, gave the money back. And then on top of that, it got so bad for him that he shut down the site and put on a 404 error code popped up because he tried to stop me from ordering. You're going to make comments at the end of the day about me canceling. You know, where are the receipts? Because I can show you a stack of receipts right now where you canceled on me. Don't do that stuff at the end of the day. You'll embarrass yourself. But anyway, here we are. We have now what made the post office charge even more easier to stick. They contacted us right away. Jamie's face is on a receipt with a tracking number next to it. Not good at all. It's an open and shut case. Look at this. This is more demonstrations on the Frankenstein. So your name is written all over the packages. These are the videos that just went in a couple of days ago. They asked for more information, and these are the videos we submitted. This is you using the United States Postal Service. This is your name written all over the packages, all over the containers. You put your name all over it. Yeah, you gave us, and you wrote my name on it. Can't get any better than that. And then the receipts have your face printed on them. That's a 20-year prison sentence. You know that, right? You got 2 of these. That's 40 years. Yeah, it's going to be a long time. A very long time. I'm going to put you on timer for a minute, buddy. Yeah, it's going to be a very long time. He ain't getting out. He's not escaping that. Mind you, on our end, we're requesting for 30 years without parole. They're going to get 20 years. Like I told you, he's not going home. Look at this. This is one of the, look at this. Look at the receipts. There's the receipts right there. And we got a live unboxing. Face is sitting there on the receipt. This is one of the ones we were showing you. He had a dummy shopping cart. It was fake. He had a black Frankenstein in there. We ordered it. It's not this one, but it's one we ordered. A dummy shopping cart he had in there. Dummy shopping cart. I could hit you with fraud for that. You know that, right? If you can't show proof that that product actually exists and I paid for that, it went through my PayPal account, it shows a transaction activated. So once through your account, that's considered fraud. If you can't produce any videos, anything showing that product, you can back it up. And I still have within my limitations to hit you. But we got enough already. We're done. We have more than enough what we need. But anyway, look at this mess. Absolute mess right there. Gave us stickers and everything. Let me see. What else do we have here? I want to look at this. This is another one. This is where he went and he manipulated and changed his video at the last night, minute, and said that the product was not ambient light rejection when they're saying it was ambient light rejection for 6 years. Also, too, this shows the people that will be filing a lawsuit against you for royalties that you've been selling this product as long as the 6 years with your video is timestamped. This video also went missing on its account also too because it shows evidence. But then again, it's not going to help you. We have all backup videos on everything, and then consider the fact that we have receipts on everything showing we did make this purchase to your website, and it did go through an active shopping cart. Okay, let me see. Frankenstein hybrid mix. There's more right there. It's another set of thumbnails right there. Now, you see all this mess that we went through? At the end of the day, this is why customers request your batch numbers. Make sure you get your batch numbers. This the whole video? This is the whole video, the Frankenstein video went missing. Yeah, this is the whole video. This is the actual whole video. This is the video you can't find now. I told you we dub everything. Look at this. This is the actual video of the Frankenstein mix. The video is called Frankenstein AR Mix is alive. This is the test demonstration he did on his product, claiming that it was ambient light rejection. Do you see how horrible that image is? Now, remember when we posted those pictures on a slideshow and we showed the Frankenstein mix washed out? I said, if you went in and you Karen cried on that and you said, oh, he tampered. No, that's the actual video right there. Can you show me this video? You can't because you deleted it off your account. But this is your video right here that's missing. This is what the Frankenstein looks like. That's you. That's your setup, right? You really want to go to court with me, buddy? I'm not. Again, you really want to go to court with me? I'm going to have boxes on you when we go to courtroom. Boxes on you. Look at that. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. So there, look how close this projector is sitting to the screen. It is right on top of it, and the screen is still washed out that badly. This is your environment, isn't it? This is something else we noticed too. Right in the corner, there is 2 cans of paint there. One's a gallon and one's a smaller can. I bet you that's black and white paint. So this is the video y'all can't seem to find that we have. We have an exact copy. This is this Frankenstein mix right here. See how the image is so small. See how the colors are completely washed out. So where is this video at? Nowhere to be found. I could dig up some more of your videos. All your videos that you deleted off your account, I have copies of every single one of them. History of getting rid of videos. So look how badly and washed out, look how ghost the image is. Now, mind you, this is supposed to be, this is not even a darker mix. This is the Frankenstein that he made that was lighter. This is what got him in the post office fraud charges because this is a product that we ordered. And at the last minute, what Jamie did was he went in and he manipulated the shopping cart and he committed fraud and changed the product out to a color that he was trying to send to us. He never made any announcements about this product. He never made any updates. He just changed it at the last minute. So it wasn't what we ordered, and we have a recording of what we ordered. So when the product came over here, I clearly said in the recording, we're making this recording just in case if this particular person goes in and changes out the color at the last minute. And you did exactly as we said you were going to do. Look at that. Look how horrible that came up. Now you look at the customer whose screen got washed out. Same thing. For some reason, he was at 200 inches. And this projector was a little farther back. His projector is sitting right on top of the screen, and it's that bad. And again, why is your projector so close? It is way too close. This is why batch number is required. Perfect example why the batch number is required. So this product's going to be shipped to you the next day. And you witnessed this in a batch number. You think you're still going to go follow through with that order? Mind you, if that order lands on your property under his rules, you're stuck with it. If you open it up, you're stuck with it. Now, Jamie, understand this. Look, understand this. You can sit there and say, oh, he's just singling out me. No, not really, when you tell the truth, because the bachelor is for everybody. You're just the only one crying about it the most. You are literally crying about it the most. And that shows at the end of the day, the reason why you're crying about it so much, because you made all these false accusations about your product that you cannot back up. There's no way in the world you could do a bachelor. That's virtually impossible. That's horrible. And the same incident with the people who had the ultra short throw projector, the screen was completely short throw projector was washed out in the school. But this is the only place you can see this video. As a matter of fact, did we have this thing on the blacklist? I don't think we had this whole video on the blacklist. Well, it'll be going tonight. I got to update the blacklist. So we have the Valva projector and JM Go conversation we have with them. That'll be on there. We're going to be updating the blacklist, and we're going to be adding this video to the list so you can see it. Also, too, what will be added to the list is the NOR. They try to make our paint. We gained permission to make the paint. That failed. That'll be up there. And, sit there in camera and tell you that you're getting a beautiful image. He had a projector sitting that close, and the image looks that bad. So if the image was so great at the end of the day, why did you get rid of the video? And he never said that the product was ambient light rejection. It's right there in your title. So what he did is he went back and he found all the Frankenstein videos that he mentioned ambient light in, and he removed them off his account. Now we actually have a video at 143 where he says that the product is an ambient light rejection, but he never said his products were ever ambient light. This is supposed to be black right here. This is completely washed out. That's supposed to be black. Look at the colors, how badly the colors are washed out. Okay, I got a question to ask you, Jamie, at the end of the day. Why would you post this? This is absolutely horrible. Why would you post this? You really thought this was good? So that's the problem with screen paint today. You guys get one faint little image and go, oh, that looks fantastic. I swear that's disgusting. That is awful. Look how washed out that is. Look at all that gray in it. So that ashy gray. Look at that. And your projector, what makes it worse? Your projector is sitting right on top of the screen, and it's still ashy. Do we have any lotion in here? That is super, super ashy. That's why your product gotta be tested. That's awful. And that thing looks that bad inside, and you really don't have no light hitting that screen. I can imagine how bad this is from the outside. Wait a minute. Hold on for a minute. Didn't you post on your channel about this product? Actually, you have it on the other one too, so it's the same thing. Didn't you say you wouldn't suggest using this at home? It's up to you. But in this video, you're saying that the product's working well. So what's the outcome if you use it at home? Because right now you're using it at home. Gee whiz, you guys are so backwards in everything you say. Oh, good gracious. Who has this stuff on their wall? That's awful. That is downright awful. That's bad. Now remember, when they come for you for the royalties, you have videos right here. I know you try to delete off your channel to make them go away, but we have you right here, claiming that the product's yours. The name is yours. That's another thing you don't do either. When you're making a screen paint product, have your own names. Don't steal somebody else's name. It can get you a lot of trouble. That's awful. Ugh. Anything else we got here? Wow. What are you doing? Really? That's black and white paint. I can literally look at that and tell it's black and white paint. Black and white paint is going to have that reaction. You know what makes it even more funnier? The fact that people actually have this on their wall. This is what makes this hilarious. You guys are definitely in the dark. That's washed out. Now, you see this demonstration, Jamie? That's how your product is supposed to react. You see the distance over my projector? My projector is 16 feet away from my screen. My screen is about 110 or 120 inches in there, about 120 inches in there. So you see the white level that I'm pulling up on that technology? See the bridge where my projector is sitting at? I'm going to show you how the demonstration was supposed to look he did on the marble. You're supposed to be to make out objects, and it's not supposed to be any ash. Why you guys make such crappy products? I wouldn't even use this stuff as a primer. No. It actually makes a good primer. Yeah, that's one of the videos. We actually saw the entire Frankenstein video. Not too well. Let's see what else we got in our files on this guy. And this is on our channel. So, if you can't go to his channel, you can't get information on the Frankenstein because he deleted all that information. But you can go to our channel, you can dig up everything. Anything he tried to hide, we got it. Yeah, this is the unboxing video. This is where you lost your claim to PayPal with the lie you said about your product, and you still lost. This is showing your Frankenstein product. Oh shoot, I forgot about this. You were claiming this on eBay. That's 3 years ago, right there, when you claimed to have this product. Man, it's not gonna be good for you, buddy. So we can go back and show you been selling this product on eBay. Well, we contacting them today. We got some more stuff to send over to him. Yeah, because I told you his company is an investigation. He owes royalties. The people own the rights to Frankenstein. He didn't pay him any money. They want their money. And since you designed an LLC, guess what? They could fine you easily now. They want their freaking money. You made money off their product. Here we go again. This is you in the video. This is showing your product being sold on the website. They want their freaking money. There it is with the product in my hand. I got the product right in my hand right there. Look. That's where you try to scam me. That's where the post office fraud charge just popped up. Got you trying to scam me. You ain't getting away with that nonsense. At the end of the day, you ain't scamming me with no freaking gray dark paint. I know what I ordered from you. Wasn't that nonsense? And then he tried to say his product was always that color. Yeah, okay. Here you are in the video right here, painting the screen in. Lied. In the PayPal transcripts, sat there and said that his paint was always that color. And look right here. Where's this video at? Can't find on his account. He deleted off his account. I told you my lawyers are going to have a field day with you. You know all these videos, you're going to see them in court, right? They blow them up on the big screen so everybody can watch them. You might just plead guilty. Now, you see all the stuff you're seeing? This is why batch numbers are needed. This is why. If people like this can't do that nonsense, it is a batch number requirement. Changing up colors at the last minute, all that nonsense. You know what would happen if he had required to have a batch number? That means Jamie couldn't go in the shopping cart and change the color at the last minute on you. Because the color that you bought, and if you record it and you have proof of it, he has to show you a batch number before he ships it out. And if that product comes up a different color than what you ordered, guess what? You got them. That's why we want him recorded the shopping cart, because he knows he was known for doing stuff like that. But he couldn't get away with that. He would have never thought to do that if he knew he had to do a batch number. That's why they're important to have. That was a perfect example why batch numbers are needed. There you go. So why do we got that color in that container? And then I had a nerve to write not ambient light rejection, but the product we bought said it was ambient light rejection. It's on our receipt. So what happened between here and there? A transaction. Now in this video you have the product is not ambient light. Is ambient light, sorry, but on your website you have it's not. Let me show you something too. There's the Frankenstein right there. See, it's the same SKU number as it has now on the other new product, but this number doesn't go anywhere. This number actually goes to a hoodie. We can buy hoodies and fried chicken and whatever we want. Those numbers don't even match anything. So he doesn't have an inventory on the product. So you don't know what you're getting at all, period, because he doesn't have an inventory number. But let me show you what it says in the specification here. It says right here at the bottom, he says, I don't recommend for home use unless it's up to you. But you just did the video demonstration in your home. How does that make any sense? That's what I'm talking about. This is why the batch number is going to cut down on people lying on the specification sheets. He literally just said that is not recommended. He doesn't recommend it for home use. But the demonstration was done in his home. All right. Did you see any? Only thing I saw was a screen washing out. But he considered that to be a good demonstration. And the screen washed out. See all that gray right here? That's not supposed to be there at all, period. Oh, my goodness. What does he say the product is? Yeah, that's what he calls it. It's an ambient light rejection mix. But he said it wasn't an ambient light rejection mix. So which one is it? Is it ambient light? Is it not ambient light? What is it? But he said not recommended for home use. All right. Then that means whoever buys this, you're not supposed to use it in your home. But it's funny because the only people I saw with it were using it in their homes. And it was doing the same thing any other gray paint does. Oh, here, I'll show you how to make it. How to make the Frankenstein. Literally, in the video. How to make it. That wasn't hard to do. This is a reversal. It's reversal. The UV mix is a reversal. UV mix is actually 6 tablespoons of white paint into black. It's called a reversal. So the Frankenstein is 1 shade off, so it's 5. This is why when we bought the Frankenstein, we got it down here. It wasn't what we ordered. We talked to PayPal. PayPal said throw it in the trash. That's what we did. He went into a rant talking about, well, I was afraid to test it. I was like, fine, I'll buy another one from you. And I did. I bought another one from him to bring it down for testing. And he canceled the order and gave us back our money. Stop being a coward, dude. It's not. It's sad, dude, that you're like this. Look at this. This is where he found out that we can make his Frankenstein. See that right there? That's the UV mix. That's the Frankenstein. See how close they look together? It's 1 shade off. That's it. This right here is a dark technology made called gunmetal. This is our gunmetal. You saw how dark our gunmetal is? The problem was when he saw the demonstration, because he's supposed to go against our gunmetal, because he was claiming that light paint to be gunmetal. That's what he was claiming it to be. So he was supposed to go against our gunmetal here. But what Jamie did at the last minute, he changed it darker to try to match this product here, and he failed. You know why you failed, Jamie? Because downstairs in the environment, because we have so much light down there, screens appear to be lighter than what they are because of all the light striking the screen. When you're in an environment that's super dark, which is all the time, you wouldn't notice that because you're not used to working in really, really high-end illuminated areas. So you thought you would make a product to try to match ours. Didn't go well, did it? You ended up actually making a darker gray product at the last minute, trying to manipulate the shopping cart, committed fraud at your company, which we have proof of evidence of all that, losing the PayPal claim and getting hit with post office mail fraud charges. Was that worth it? I don't think it was. You should have shipped me out what I ordered or gave me back my money. But that's where he messed up. Let's have a looky here. So since now we know how to make the UB mix, guess what we can make next? The Frankenstein. Gotta stop doing stuff like this, man. It's just so easy. I swear, Jamie, sometimes you are so easy to catch you doing dumb stuff that some days I just forget about you. Because it's too easy. It's just too, you ever see something so easy like, you know what? I'm gonna let that one go. It's literally that easy. Like when we found a demonstration on you versus a UV mix versus a bed sheet and you matched on every level. It's just too easy. Way too easy. And then we made the UV mix with your own recipe. We used literally his own recipe to make it. Your own tutorial. So you taught me how to make your stuff from your tutorial. That's why the batch number is required. Everything I'm saying and what you're seeing, this is why you need a batch number. Why it's needed. Because you see how, at the end of the day, this doesn't bother me. You know why? I got my money back. I filed a complaint on it, got my money back. But anybody else, yeah, you're going to get ripped off. That's why we did all this stuff. When I bought all this stuff, brought it over here and canceled receipts and all that other nonsense we had to go through, all that crap we had to go through. Yeah, to show you that this guy couldn't back his products up. We had to go through a lot of crap with him. It was a freaking headache. Now, you see the color of my gunmetal? That's my gunmetal. You see how dark it is? Compared to this, this is not gunmetal. This is called charcoal gray. That's gunmetal. Gunmetals look so dark that they're mistaken for black. Now, the reason why we stick gunmetals against the black screens, because the black screens are physically black, and they're going to make a gunmetal look gray. Because it's a physically black screen. But if I take a gunmetal screen and I stick that against a white screen or gray screen, now it's going to come up dark. Yeah, you don't have gunmetal. Look, that's a tutorial video showing you how to make the product. Make it yourself. Yeah, this is where Jamie goes into a rant. This is going to be in court too also too. This shows you ranting on your, this is your company. Jamie, your company right now is going to be sued. On top of that, we're going to show where your credibility as a businessman is bad. We have messages coming from you, from your website, cursing us out. Do you know how bad that is? Now, to you, you may think because we're in a live stream, this makes you look good. No, that makes you look horrible. Can you imagine Elon Musk on a site calling somebody every curse word you could think of in the book? You know how bad that makes his company look? How bad that makes him look as a professional at the end of the day? That's bad. But these people are professional. They know how to keep their emotions at the door and conduct business. You, on the other hand, you don't know how to do this. You call me every curse word in the book on this video. So we could take that to court and says, look, this is what we had to deal with when we were having a conversation with him. I'm seriously recording this. I'm talking to you, and you're cursing me out and calling me every curse word you could possibly think of. You're going to face that in court. Because you can't sit there and say, well, I'm a good businessman. You know, I run a tight business. I treat everybody. Pfft, really? I told you, I can't explain this to you enough. When you're doing business with me, treat me as if I'm your customer. Because that's how they're going to see it. Either way. When you bought the 2.0 from me, I treated you as a customer. I went and updated all the information. I shipped the product out as I said I was, and it came with a signature confirm. It came with a batch number attached to it. You got a chance to watch a video of your product along with everybody else. And you turn around and you did something stupid. Now you're going to get sued for 12 grand. And when I buy from you, we get curse words and we get products that don't come the way they are, products with holes punctured in them, paint leaking all in the boxes. That's what we get from you. That's going to wreck the credibility of your company. That you deliberately sent packages over with holes in the container so they would leak. It's going to come back to bite you in the face now. Something you thought that was smart and funny is now going to hurt you extremely bad. And if it shows that you used the United States Post Office to transfer a chemical that you deliberately punctured a hole into, you can also get charges for that also too. Did you think about that? Now I'm going to go down and file for that too also while I'm at it. I forgot about that you had to punch a hole in the container. So it was paint leaking all down my hands. So you deliberately sent an item in the mail that was leaking. You know how much trouble you can get into that for that? Well, guess what? I forgot about that. So guess what? I'm following that one on Monday morning. And I had the video to match the unboxing, the paint leaking all down my hand because you punched a hole into it. Oh, well, sucks to be you, man. But anyway, this is the nonsense we got with the cursing and carrying on. Check this out. It's your page, right? Right next to your product that says Crow, right there. Screen Paint Mixes. And this is you ranting and carrying on. You'll see all this again when we go to court. This is where he calls me a BICTH. See right there, it says at the top, Crow Screen Paint Mixes. Shows green that you're activated. And you call me the word BICTH multiple times. Actually, there's a section that he ranted like crazy. It must have been at least about a good 20, 30 messages of the same thing over and over and over again. It was crazy. I got tons of this stuff on him. So we went in there and we bought his products. That's what we did. Went in to buy his products because he told me to buy whatever I wanted. So that's what I did. I went and bought whatever I wanted. So I went there and I went to ask him, why are you canceling the orders? You sent me an email telling me to buy with confidence. So I went in and bought. So what's the problem? And he ranted. He went off on me. When you purchase from me, I didn't send you 80 messages. I didn't rant and carry on. I processed your order. I did a batch number and all. Put your stuff right in the container, packed it up, shipped it right over to you. You know, he even tried to come in ahead of time and he tried to file a complaint against me saying I never got my item. He tried to file a have not received and he lost it. He lost the claim. He lost every single one. Even the ones he filed against me, he lost them. And then he tried to file have not as described against me on a batch number, you know, when he tampered with the product and still lost again. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Yep. Call me every curse word in the book. Just went off in there on me. Now that looks like a person who's triggered. No one's obsessed with you, buddy. I came in to buy product from you. You gave me permission. I went in and bought. So I go in and buy, and you went off. Even on the receipts, he goes off. He calls us garbage. He calls us trash. He says harassment. All this stuff is posted on ABS forums. You know that, right? On different forum sites, your orders and all that stuff problems we went with, are all posted. We're like, oh my God. Like, yeah, it's that bad ordering from him. It's literally that bad. He says right here, he admits his product doesn't work. He says, stop buying my product that doesn't work. Even turns around and calls me a crackhead. Look at the capital letters that are coming up. Trigger. Very, very nasty temper. Jamie, let me explain something to you in the courtroom. Don't show that attitude in there. Don't snap. Don't carry none of that. Because again, we're pushing for a 302 for you. Again, I told you, I'm requesting from the judge 30 years automatically without parole because of your psychotic attitude. Look at this. This is not how you treat people. This is why the batch number is important. Get your batch number because you don't want to deal with people like this at the end of the day. This is horrible. That's what pause it there so you can see. Everybody in the chat room saw this mess. Very, very, very angry, disturbed individual. Now you see why, what you're dealing with. You're slapping your credit card, debit card, all kinds of information, and you got a person that's unhinged. And he's carrying on like this. This is why you have to request the batch numbers. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to trigger him. He's going to snap on you. He is going to hang the phone up on you because he knows he can't back this up. And of course, he's going to lash out at us because he's angry because we're suggesting for customers to ask for this. I didn't sit there and say, hey, ask a batch number from them and not us. We never said that. Everybody. What's the problem? But he's going to be extremely mad at you if you ask for that batch number because he doesn't want you to ask for anything. He wants you to listen to it as I say, well, this product's going to work. It's blah, blah, blah. It's not going to work. Get your batch number. Very upset. Look at this. Very, very. And mind, this goes on. It's just typing in the same thing over and over again and again. He just went into this endless, crazy rant. And this is what you other guys came in the room to support. This is what you support at the end of the day. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Those of you who support this nonsense, he is going to throw you so far under the bus, it is not even going to be funny. Matter of fact, he already did throw you under the bus because we never got our black paint. You guys are hoping this guy would back up everything you said and everything you went online. Mind you, you joined up with this guy at the end of the day. So you supported everything he said. So you thought, okay, he's going to send him that black paint. And it's not going to work, and then he's going to back us. No, he didn't back y'all. He ignored the letter. Certified letter was sent to his home. He ignored it. He ignored every request. He threw you guys under a bus. Kind of on the other end, smelled like gasoline and everything else. He threw you clean under the bus. You can't back the product. You backed someone who couldn't back a product. That's the same thing what Wake did. Wake went on there and tried to back his product, and it came out completely different. They can't back him. That's why that batch number is important. We're buying the product because, and explain to him, we know it doesn't work. We know it doesn't work. We're buying it to basically do a test. All the test demonstrations that you were supposed to do against the product that you refuse to do, we're going to do them for you. Because I always give people enough time to do the test themselves. Here you go. I'll give you about a week or two. Can you get the test done? So that way we don't have to do it for you. And they don't do the test. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go buy your stuff. If you're on there talking trash about my product and you're saying my product's this, that, and the other, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to call your bluff. I'm going to go buy your stuff. Bring it over here and see what you got. Since you want to run your mouth so much. But if you can't back it up, then guess what? Whose problem is that? Not mine. It's yours. And carrying on and acting like that is not professional. Matter of fact, I'm posting this today. I got a site to go to post that to directly to show people what they're dealing with when it comes to how you treat people at the end of the day. If you're going to treat us this way, he's going to treat you that way. And I guarantee you, ask him for a batch number. See how fast that joker will snap on you in a minute. Might even just hang the phone up on you. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that at all, period. Look at this. Cancellations. Popping up left and right. Curses out in our receipts. Called us losers. Told us to get a life. Mind you, you told me to buy whatever I wanted. What are you, schizophrenic, bipolar? What's going on? You got multiple personality complex disorder? What's going on in your head? If you sat there and just told me buy whatever I wanted, and then you go into this crazy nonsense on me. Something wrong with this boy at the end of the day. Really. And then more rants from him. This is why you got to make sure whoever you're dealing with can back their product up, get the batch number. And what's going to basically out a person faster than anything in the world is a batch number. That's what's going to back it up, 100%. Get the batch number. And I guarantee any one of y'all contact him or email him, about that batch number, he's going to snap on you on him like, what the freak? No, no, I don't have to do one. I don't have to do one. But Mr. Bird says you should have a batch number done because this backs up you and it backs up the customer at the end of the day. Why are you against that? I'm not having this conversation. He's going to block you all in a minute. Block you in a minute. There's the email telling us to buy whatever you wanted. So if you ever decide you want to take me to court and say, hey, look, he was harassing me, he was buying my product when I told him he couldn't buy it, I don't think you want to make that statement because we got an email over here with your signature tag, not signature, but with his email and everything telling us to buy where we want it. So I'm just doing what you told me to do. And curse me out. I'm going to check and see if my stuff got my cotton's supposed to be here today. So I can go in there and finish my ceiling thing. I'm not going to do the whole ceiling. I'm just doing part of it. Not part of it. Just a little bit of it because I want to see how this stuff turns out. No, where are you going to? Get over here. Let me see. No, we don't need to restore. Oh, yeah, go and might as well restore. Whatever. Let me see. Mad. I got really mad when I rant. One of the rants, he just lost it in there, man. It was just the same thing over and over and over again and again and again. I don't know if he lost it or whatever. It was all in caps. Literally just lost it in there. So yeah, if you need information on the Frankenstein, this is where you go to, because we got it all. We got everything here. Go right to our site. This is when it was $90. Remember that picture? Yep, there you go. Put your face right on the receipt. Well, I'm out the door. I got something I gotta go pick up. Oh, my stuff out here. Man. Gentlemen, you need batch numbers. That's what you need. There's too much. We got so much dirt on you guys. It's not even funny. I can spend a day digging through my archives and just pulling up all kinds of stuff on you guys. You guys are dirty. And this is why you need the batch number. And for any customer out there, if you've been thinking twice while buying that product, request that batch number and watch that joke. Watch them snap on you. Snap on you in a hot second. Probably curse you out in the process. Ask for a batch number and see what happens. And he'll snap on you. You see him snapping right now. He's already in my channel with a fake email. Already snapping there already. Up mad and upset. Because he don't want to put a batch number out. I've seen some other people in the chat rooms do it. But, you know, not on the level that these guys do it. Because I really haven't caught this stuff doing anything, really, honestly. But they feel it's going to hurt their business because they got to provide that batch number, but you should be doing it anyway. Should have did it from day one. Not just for your customers, for yourself. Got to protect yourself. There are all kinds of people out there who tear you down. You better make sure your stuff is protected. think I got my cotton. Let me do that test. Test demonstration. Yes, my surface got here. Good. Need that. Stuff right there. This stuff is already here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, shoot, bring it back. Man, that's it. I'm still. Over here. Now, Jane, just need you to understand it. Because again, you get upset and you get angry, let your emotions get the best of you. This is not being done because you do dumb stuff to us. It's not that. Like I told you, that's already been handled. It's already taken care of. This is why I went down and filed charges against you. This is why I filed lawsuits against you. That's why. That's already done. I'll see you when we get to court on that one. Let the judge decide what has to be done. I'll let my lawyers finish it off. This is strictly about why batch numbers need to be done. Like I said, you've done so much dirt at the end of the day that we can literally bring this up in court against your company for fraud on so many levels. It's not even funny. And this is the reason why batch numbers need to be designed. This is why anyone who's selling a screen paint product should have one of these tests, because if they're doing the stuff that you're doing at the end of the day, this is not good at all. And if you sit there and say at the end of the day, well, I'm an honest person, I don't do... Buddy, we got messages of you cursing us out, just carrying on and acting up. That's not professional at all, period. This shows proof to the court that the name Frankenstein doesn't belong to you. It's not registered you in any way. There's no copyrights. There's nothing there with your name attached to it at all, period. This is the Copyright Office. This is why he's being sued for royalties. Because if you go to copyrights and you look this up, he's nowhere to be found under any of these documents at all, period. So that means you went in and you basically stole a name, used it, made money off of it, and didn't pay them royalties. I told you, I'm not the person you want them to take. At the end of the day, you don't want me taking you to court. You really don't. I back up everything that I say. If I sit there and say, yeah, this man stole, I got receipts, I can show detailed documents that I wanted and looked up at the Copyright Search Office, to their records, you don't come up anywhere owning the rights to that name or getting permission. You have a permission slip, anything dating back from the 6 years when you first started making money off that product. You have anything at all. If not, you're going to get some jail time out of that too. Oh, well, this shows right here on your account, that moon that you show on there, that's not even yours. You show this on multiple accounts. You ripped that off of Google. Doesn't belong to you. Stole that one. This is all detailed information. Right here, you stole images off for the 2.0. That image, it belongs to Google. You ripped that off and put that on your account, committed fraud, had your customers believing this is how the paint really looks. It doesn't look that way. That's why, again, batch numbers are required. This right here, you're being sued for copyright infringements. This is my Black Series copyrighted, Black Series copyrighted logo that you took and pasted on your website and called it a scam. I'm gonna sue you for $1 million, my friend. The first one is $12,000. That's the first one. That's for slandered. I'm gonna take you back to court again, and I'm gonna sue you for $1 million. We know you don't have it. Doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna stack you on so many liens that you'll have to die 60 times over just to break even. The interest alone will kill you. So yeah, all this stuff you deleted off your channel that you thought you got. No, we have it all. Everything. All this stuff was already submitted. The CCB, that's 60,000. Sorry, 30,000 a piece. Federal court, millions of dollars. I can even press for jail time, too, on top of that. To show that the first time we went in and we sent you a cease and desist order, and you went in and you took the cube anyway and did what you wanted to do with it. And then you turn around and you hit these, and these copyrights just came out and you were tampering with them. So I can show the court that you have no regard and no respect for the United States government and the Copyright Office whatsoever, and even got messages from you that you sent in between telling us you do whatever you want to do. What do you think? How do you think that judge is going to feel about that? That's what you got to worry about. How is a judge going to feel about that? That disobedient to do whatever you want to do with somebody else's copyrighted material. This is what we submitted to the courts. Official government seal right there, baby. Touching something that don't belong to you. You don't have enough money to pay me. You really just don't. You don't literally have enough money to pay me. You owe millions of dollars. You don't have it. We know it. Let me show you something real entertaining real quick. You're going to find it's really entertaining. So, one of Jamie's charges is harassment. That's one of the charges. There's 10 charges in there. There's a lot of them in there. Cyber stalking, there's a whole lot of stuff. But one of the charges is harassment. How much jail time can you get for harassment? So, you can get 90 days to a year. But if it shows that the previous prior activity where he's done this multiple times, it can face up to 5 to 10 years. Got 7 of these. This is what the charge is in Pennsylvania. Harassment charges in Pennsylvania. Let me get this for how much time. How much time can you get? I should put down jail time. How much jail time can you get for harassment charges in Pennsylvania? So maximum you're going to get is around 90 days in jail. But if they show that, based, like I said, if you've been doing this again and again, over and over and over and over and over again, that's first offense. Then it can jump up to around 10 years in jail. But 90 days in jail, Jamie, is not good. 1 day in jail is not good at all. Not good. There's some people don't even make it past the second day. And you're going to pay about $2,500 and plus the court costs. That's what you're going to have to pay. How much jail time can you get for cyber stalking? We have it for cyber stalking charges also too. Up to 5 years in prison. $10,000 fine. That's one of the other charges he was hit with, cyber stalking. But because now this is involving the FBI, the charges jump, which means instead of getting 1 year, you can walk away with 10 years because the FBI is involved in it. Because now they're all considered to be cyber crimes. And then stalking charges is involving cutting my head off and putting it on little puppets. It's creepy. Very, very creepy. Everyone we brought that to was like, ooh, that's nasty. You're going to be in there for a bit. You're not getting out for a bit. So like I said, from what we've seen already, I could easily request 30 years with no problem. Very easy to request it. You have cyber stalking. On top of that, the proof that we can show that from the, when you slandered me and said I was making all this, my product was fake and I was making black paint, I was ripping people off. We can show the cause of that, of your rumor. You know, like the racial slurs, me being called nigger multiple times, and with the tons of, almost 1,000 messages on all of my accounts of all kinds of nasty stuff. That shows the reaction of your rumor and what it triggered and caused. So yeah, I can get you 30 years without parole, and that's what I'm requesting the judge. That's what I want for closure. And then after we get done that, then I'll bring you court over and over again because I'm suing you for all the other charges that will win against you, including the slander and the batch number and everything else. It wasn't, like I said, was it worth it? And this is the reason why people that are making products, we don't want to do the dumb stuff this guy just did in the day. Get a batch number, back your products. Don't go around spinning rumors about other people's products at the end of the day. Jamie, you want to sit there and say I spin rumors about your products? Yeah, you're a scammer. You want to challenge me that in court? Knock yourself out. I got proof for days. I'll walk out of that courtroom easy, but no problem. And then I'll come back in and I'll slam another lawsuit against you and press charges on you for wasting my time. What are you going to say? Your products are 100% legit? And we got videos of your product matching house paint on 2 different occasions. When you walking out of a freaking Home Depot with products and matching house paint. And we have proof showing that you continue to sell the products long after you found out that the products were matching. That's fraud right there. You want to go about the credibility of your company? Well, I can pull up your LLC. Right there. Clearly, we can show documents you committed perjury on your LLC by lying and saying that your company has been around for 5 to 6 years, and it hasn't been around 5 to 6 years. I got receipts that date back farther than that. Matter of fact, on YouTube, I got recordings of doing transactions through your site that go back to 2018. What about that one? All right. I ain't think you want to. So there's nothing you can do. Because at the end of the day, you have scammed people, you burnt people, and this is the reason why batch numbers are very important. You can sit there in court and says, well, he's harassing me because he's requesting a batch number. And the judge knows what a batch number is for. Well, the reason why a batch number is needed, Your Honor, is due to the fact that it protects the merchant from bad customers and from people saying that their products could be scams because they can back it up. And also it's a guarantee for the customer that the product is working before they buy it. What customer would argue that? He doesn't want to do it because he's ripped people off. And then we can go back to your video of you matching house paint. This is my yarn. This is my cotton. Ooh, we got cotton. I'll break this cotton for basically destroy this stuff because I got to put it on top of the screen real quick to see if it works. I'll play around with this stuff a little bit. It's my cotton. Boom! Yes. So, no, I'm not trying to single you out, man, but you're just a perfect poster child for why, not calling him a child, by the way, is why people need to request batch numbers. Because there are people like you practicing what you practice, those batch numbers have to be required. Hey, damn it. Where you got the, what's my call? You want to play with this a little bit? Here you go. Knock yourself out. Cotton. Battle it. Is he mad? Yeah, he's mad. He's definitely mad. Is he triggered? Oh, he's definitely triggered. He's super triggered right now. He is. He's mad and he's triggered. But what are you going to do at the end of the day? What are you going to do? What can you honestly do? I mean, the only thing you really can do is basically back your claim. Well, you can't do that now because that's out the door. You can't send anything here now. You got open case on. You send anything here, you're going to have problems on your hands. A lot of problems on your hands. So I wouldn't advise you doing anything like that. So no, you can't do that. We gave you that opportunity. We gave you plenty of time to send that paint. Plenty of time to send it. You're in California. I got people who ship stuff here from California. I buy stuff all the time. It don't take that long to get here. So you have plenty of time. You smoke screen that as much as possible. And even the tracking number clearly shows that it was handed to an individual. It was handed to you. You got it. So no, that's done. You're done on that. We gave you plenty of time to back that up. Those statute of limitations are gone. We're moving on with the lawsuit. Oh, you don't like it? You're attacking the cotton. Go ahead, attack the cotton. Attack the cotton. Rod, don't eat it. Anyway, so that's done. He ain't gonna do that. He can't match his product against house paints because if he wasn't doing it then, he's not gonna do it now. So that's not gonna help either. Oh well, whatever. Moving on. That's why you got to get the batch numbers, people. Get the batch numbers, and I guarantee if you contact them and say, "Hey, look, man, I want a batch number on the product," I guarantee you, hang the phone up on you. Or pretty much might curse you out. I guarantee you. He's not going to give you that batch number. It's not going to happen. Did I put these on here? Oh, I didn't put these on here. These got to be on. This is one of the projectors. Somebody, they bought our paint with this projector. No, it's not going to work. We got to put that on there. It's one of the knockoff projectors we don't support. I'm here looking for something else. Let me see. I need to go over to... There we go. Let me see if I can get this one. Nope. Really? Oh, the George. You just need something for the dummy art. Yes, finally got one. Yeah, we got. I'm gonna see if there's anybody. No, there's nobody else. No one's gonna do it. No one's gonna do it. No one's gonna go out and do a batch number or gray versus gray verification. They're not gonna do any of that at all. Period. They're just gonna hope that they get a customer that doesn't know about the videos that we're doing, and that they never ask about it. That's what they're gonna hope. So they're hoping to get lucky, get themselves a customer in there that didn't hear about these video demonstrations, doesn't know about batch number verifications, and that way they don't have to do anything at all. They can just sell them whatever. That's what they're hoping. Because I guarantee if you contact them, message them, say, hey man, we need a batch number. Don't harass them. Don't do that. Don't harass them. But you need to request a batch number. If you're buying from him, only you should ask him if you're buying. If you're buying something from him, then you request that. And if you go out and you're just asking for the sake of just asking them, just to be messing with them, now you're harassing them. That's what you're doing. I don't support that at all, period, for anybody. I don't support harassing somebody. You know, you shouldn't do that. You should basically ask them if you're making a purchase or if you want a question about the product. Hey, don't do me a favor. Do you have a batch number verifying the guarantee of this product? But if you're going out there to harass them, then you're in the wrong. You don't do that. I know he does it to me all the time, but kids act that way. That's a child's behavior at the end of the day. He's a child. I'm not going to advise other people to do what he did to me. No, because again, that puts you in the same category as him. You don't want to be in the same category as him. Be above that. Ask him a question, because his category he's in is basically he's a child. He likes to harass people. But ask him if you're buying the product or getting information, do you have a batch number? I guarantee you, he's going to sit there and tell you. If he lies and says yes, then you're going to want proof of it. And in the batch number, he's going to be in a fully lit environment. Then in that dark environment he sits in, he's going to show contrast and colors what his contrast levels really look like. Not being pampered by a 2 million to 1 contrast projector. Put it on that Epson 955WH whatever projector you have that has a very little contrast and a fully lit environment. You want an actual distance throw on it, and you want to see what that product looks like in that environment. Now, next thing you also want to is, most importantly, you need that gray versus gray. And he has to do the demonstration. If he doesn't do the demonstration, then you don't buy the product. You already got your answer right there, what you need to do. What are you over there attacking, crispy boy? I swear it's so funny, that cat. No, I couldn't care less at the end of the day. What they say at the end of the day, I don't care. I really don't. Because that's already taken care of. That's all done. It's all taken care of. And again, I want you to get an understanding. I need them to get an understanding, which we know it ain't going to work because he's a bitter hater. He's a person full of a lot of hatred. But let's try to get past this hatred and get him to understand. You need a batch number. Stop getting into this fixation of saying, I got to go ahead and tax me all you want. You're just digging a deeper hole for yourself. You know you're going to court for some crazy stuff. At the end of the day, knock yourself out. Do dumb stuff. You need a batch number. I don't care at the end of the day. I don't care if you talk about this, that, Sally, Jeff, Arnold, Frank, Rhonda, whatever. At the end of the day, you need a batch number. Lashing out on me ain't going to help you. You need a batch number. Doesn't make a difference. You sit there and you do a demonstration, say, oh, his products are coming up dark. Hey, that's what you're being sued for. Knock yourself out. You're just going to get yourself in more trouble. Don't really care at the end of the day. Some more evidence for me at the end of the day. I'm good either way. But still, all in all, you need a batch number. Doesn't make a difference. You stick your product on a new projector, whatever, you still need a batch number. You still need testing. You need all that stuff has to be done to show that your products work. And if you don't have it, then guess what? Customers are going to get wind of the batch number, and they're not going to touch you unless you can show proof that your product works. Because after what you've seen already, you know why he has to have a batch number. Anybody else should. For I've tested some companies that we had in here. I'm not going to say who, but yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, it's a good chance you're going to match that stuff. Got to test it. Been sitting there telling y'all about testing for like about 4 or 5 years back. I've been telling y'all to test y'all stuff. And all of a sudden now, you don't want to test. We don't need to test. Blah, 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 blah. Come and slam me all day long that I'm ripping people off. And I've been asking y'all to do tests. I bet you go challenge somebody else to send you great paint. Now, I can't do it because we can't interact with you. But go challenge somebody else and ask them to send you great paint. Do exactly what I said. I bet you won't do it. Yeah, you ain't going to do it. You know better than that. That's like driving the Titanic blindfolded. And then and a sea of freaking icebergs. You're kind of just asking for it all together. I'm going to put a blindfold on. Let me see if I can just go through that whole row of icebergs without striking one of them. Yeah, that's kind of asking for it. He's never going to ask for that. Never, ever going to ask for that. I told y'all from the door when he matched that house paint, what did I say? He is never going to do that demonstration ever again. Never again. He will go down with the sinking ship. Never again. In order to go through that ordeal again. He's going to do a Titanic. You know, the guy who sat there and made that statement that not even God can sink the ship. You know, he shot himself, right? Yep, he went down with the ship. He couldn't come back home after that. He could have came back home. He could have came home after that. So what? I mean, the biggest screw up in history. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, no one's going to forget that. They're literally never going to forget that. But still, killing yourself ain't a good idea. You're going to go to hell for the rest of your life for suicide. I'd rather just taking the shame. I'd have just got some plastic surgery. You know, had plastic surgery back then. I'm pretty sure they did have plastic surgery. I don't know. But I would just disappeared somewhere in the middle of nowhere where no one heard about boats, planes, or anything. Just somewhere way off at nowhere. I'm not taking my life for that. I'm just going to have to deal with it when I come back. That's all. Made a statement I just shouldn't have really made a statement. That's all. But other than that, I'm not taking my life for that. But he did. He took his and went down with the boat. But depends on how much you talked it up. You ever watch? People watch the whatchamacallit on the Titanic. They watch like the whole thing with the whole boat cracking open and all that. You ever watch the documentary on how the Titanic was actually made? How it all first started? All the rich people that were invested into it, the embezzlement and all the stuff that was going on that you didn't know about behind the lines? Oh, I love that stuff. I love that stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody sees this beautiful boat. You know what I mean? For them putting that thing together, was a lot of crazy stuff that went on as they put this machine together. And I'm pretty sure you had people in there cutting corners and doing stuff in there they shouldn't have been doing. Yep. All right, let me see. Yo, Taco, how? You're nasty. You nasty. You are nasty. You nasty. Just nasty stuff. What's the purpose of that? Now, something else I want to bring up real quick. If you notice, we changed this to the Cyberpunk Gaming Garage. Because you know why? Told you, I got 800 credit score. My credit's really good. So I decided to use it to get some land. Land leasing, baby. I told you about that for a long time. That's what I wanted to do. But I'm getting mine a little sooner. Am I going to show you? No, I'm not. we got some creepy people, some real creepy people. You got problems at the end of the day. Really got some real sick, perverted problems. Something wrong with y'all. I tell my customer's good. Love y'all to death. Always love y'all. But the weirdos at the end of the day. So yeah, I got me land. No, I'm not documenting my build, none of that at all, period. Not a thing. But that's the reason why I do want to go down next summer and get my certifications all lined up and get my zoning, get all that information on zoning and all that stuff, learn all that stuff down pat, because I want to venture out with these tiny homes, and I actually want to build more of these, either on the grid or off the grid. I'm going to build more of them and integrate our technology into it as in a tiny home projection screen setup with projector, speakers, and screen for indoor and outdoor use. So that's why I've been doing all the research on all these portable projectors and all that stuff. So we're turning this one into the Cyberpunk Gaming Garage. I'm going to hook up my place on my land. You know, this land for like 10 years. I love it. And build my place and work on my next adventure, which is going to be completely offline. So I don't have to worry about any creepy people. And get my 3-car garage on the other end. We're going to be doing all my coding for my screens and all that stuff from there. That's why we're turning into a gaming garage. Everybody thinks they know Mr. Bird. You don't know me. Ha ha ha. You thought you had something. At the end of the day, you had nothing. But actually, you got extra charges for that too. Yeah, so I went down and got the report that was the zoning from stalking. Also got the report for the carrying place, and also got the report from the apartment complex. All 3 reports showing that you contacted these places stalking me. That's why you're being hit with cyber stalking. Also, too, the police that you called down here, which we have the number, you're already in the computer for that one. They were able to pull you up easily, showing that you called the police, username Mike Gonzalez. Really, seriously, that is like way too much of a coincidence. And also, top of that, your name is on your voice is on the recording. And then also, too, with all the other weird stuff where you're sending me emails here saying, oh, we know where you live, stuff like that. Yeah, cyber stalking. Enjoy the 5 years. Including, after that, the puppets. The dozens of pictures of puppets where you taken my head off and put me in creepy poses. Ooh, creepy. So I got that all filed on a stalking charge. So you ended up getting extra charges now. Creepy. I'll be going down on Monday to pick up my new incident report from them that has an additional charges so I can submit them to the FBI. Creepy, creepy guy. He's very creepy. This is another reason why you shouldn't be doing business with a stalker. You have your credit card information and your address in there. Ooh, my goodness, creepy, creepy, creepy. Okay, I like this right here. I'm gonna go over and get this right here. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. I'm gonna go with this right here. That was for the Shamrock. I'm gonna grab this right here. I'm gonna grab that right there. Oh, we could put that there. That'd be pretty cool. I wonder if I could do that. That would be hot. I gotta look into that, how we do that. I gotta figure that one out. I'll figure it out later on. All right, let me see. Where's the other phone at? Yeah, creepy dude. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Stalking me. See, you have to understand, obsession is when you take someone's head off their body and you take pictures, multiple pictures inside. You took multiple pictures inside my place, and then the outside of the place, and then the creepy poses that you were putting my body into. You know, it's creepy. It's weird. It's awful. And then, you know, people sit there and they ask me, how old is this guy? He's like 47 years old, 46 or 47, around that age. They're thinking it's like a young guy. Like, you know, young kids do that kind of nonsense. But that's a grown man with a family and kids doing that weird stuff. Yeah, that's along the line of stalking. Creepy stuff. And then every time we move someplace, you're sending me messages like, I know where you live. Yeah, it's creepy. It's real creepy. It's real creepy. Be outside the bathroom. It's real creepy. What a weird dude. I want that whatchamacallit real quick. We got to do the projector. The portal. We got to do the portal. I'm going to do a Stargate portal. Because we can actually do a circle Stargate portal. Because we got mapping and technology over here to do it. Did I test this stuff already? I did test something. Got it over here. Oh, check this out. You know what this is? That is, I told you, I'm a toy collector. That is a Duncan Yo-Yo. You know how old this is? Still mint condition, still wrapped up, never opened. I got 60 of these in a box. 60 of these. Am I selling this? No, I'm actually giving it to a friend. Actually, he told me when he was a kid, he had a Duncan Yo-Yo. And he was playing with it, and he went to try to do that walking dog, and the rope broke, and it went down onto the sewer hole, and he never got one again. He was really upset about it. And this is the actual Yo-Yo that he lost. I'm going to give it to him as a gift. That's why people think I have time machines. Nope, time machines don't work for black people. Literally had that conversation yesterday at the Thanksgiving feast. Like, we're talking about how we can't go back in time. Yeah, that doesn't work for us. It doesn't work. Does it? Does it work for you? It doesn't work for you, Taco. It doesn't work for me. Let me see. Actually, a few people it doesn't work for. If you go back in the Wild Wild West era, we can't go into a bar. Indians can't go into a bar. Asian people can't go into bars. Yeah. Pretty much. Americans on the jack. Don't even think about, gee, where's Louise? There's an area where the freaking Irish immigrants had problems. The Italians had problems. They couldn't go to certain places and do something. Gee whiz, I swear. That's dark history. If you study dark history, you would know what I'm talking about. Not the stuff you read in the books and stuff like that. The books and stuff is all fake. You got to read the dark history. Let me see what we got here. Scarlet Samurai.
According to Wikipedia, Mariko Yoshida is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics.
We're gonna go with E. Oh, that's nice. I'll take that one. That's definitely works. Oh man, I want to get work on this. I got some stuff I got to do. I got things I want to get done. Give me I like that one. That's pretty hot. I'll take that right there. Yes, sirree. Definitely gonna take this one. Da 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 da. Yeah, gotta get the batch number, people. So I'm writing something down here real quick. I gotta do. Did I get this right? I think I butchered this. I literally think I butchered it. Let me see. I gotta get back in my Back for Blood. Gotta get back in there. I gotta get the DLCs. Oh crap! I forgot to get my DLCs. Get my DLCs since they're having a Black Friday sale. Let me get my DLCs. Okay. You're off on that. A couple inches over. There we go. This is FLE. Gaming screens are all FLE technology because they're designed to be front and rear. Oh, I got 2 documents I got to do today too. Gee whiz, man. I'm going to see if I can do them on Saturday because I really don't feel like doing them today. Do them Saturday. Let's see. Yeah, so I am going to be getting my certifications and start working on my next new project. So yes, tiny homes. That's my next project, and integrate our technology into tiny homes. I want to do a tiny home collapsible outside screen setup, indoor projection screens, the whole 9 yards, all kinds of front and rear technology and integrate into that. I also went down, and you can hear the crybabies crying already, talking about, oh, you didn't buy anything. Shut the freak up and get a batch number. Always crying about something. Hey, or constantly whining, oh, you didn't do, shut up. Just shut up. You don't have nothing to sit there and cry about. You cry and whine all day long. You sit there and cry so much. Where the frick are your tests on your products? Come on, man. Show me something. Really? I mean, show me something. Stop crying all the time on camera. Show me something. You spend most of your time on camera. I can literally go into an archives, back up everything that I say right there in front of you. Gee whiz Louise. Cry about everything. It's none of your business. That's what it comes down to. If I'm going out and I'm doing something aside, it's outside screen paint or even with screen paint, to you naysayers out there, it's none of your business. Now you sound obsessed. Why are you worrying about what Mr. Bird's doing if I'm working in tiny homes and doing what you worried about that for? Are you participating in that? Are you putting any money into that at all? Period. Are you not? Oh, well, then shut up then. Sit in your corner, mind your own business. Worry about your own problems, because some of y'all got some real serious problems coming up in 2024 that you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to lawyer up. But the rest of you naysayers, well, you guys are involved in security charges, so yeah, lawyer up either way. But don't worry about what I'm doing at the end of the day. You sound a little obsessed. What's going on in your life? Let's talk about that. Reason why I'll dig through your channels and look at y'all at the end of the day, because why would I spend my time sitting there unless you're doing something stupid? I mean, really, really, really stupid. Other than that, some of you guys in there ranting and carrying on. I'm not going to go there and give you any attention. That's what you want at the end of the day. You want me to give you some attention. You need attention from Mr. Bird. Daddy didn't hug you enough. Mother didn't say she loved you. I can't help you with that. It's not my problem. That sounds a bit of a personal problem to me. I think a psychiatrist or somebody you should see, maybe that can help you with that, or pray to God. It's something, you know what I mean? But I can't help you with that. And if you need me at the end of the day to feel alive at the end of the day, then that clearly shows that you have problems and you're a grade A stalker. So there's this thing called Get a Life. It's amazing. A lot of people do it. It has fantastic results. I think you should try it. Don't knock it till you try it. I had somebody sit there and send me a message like, oh, you didn't respond back to me. Dude, we got freaking emails. You can contact me through an email and reach out to me. Do you have any idea what I got on my plate at the end of the day? Besides converting this place into a gaming studio and the work I got to do hands-on with this, including the dozens of other projects I'm actually involved in. On top of that, I finally got time to take out and sit here after Thanksgiving and basically get ready to get my dummy labels set up. I got a graphic designer who's working on our real stuff. I got all this freaking paperwork I got to do at the end of the day. And still got to go down to storage, dig through all that stuff so I can figure the rest of the documents and the rest of the paperwork I need to finish the second half of what I'm working on right now. I still got projector mapping technology to do. All the technology we're developing, all of it has to be tested, which you jokers don't do at the end of the day. I do a batch number for every demonstration. We have to have the other garage set up. I have to hire people. I got to update my EIN information. Then I got to turn around. I got to apply for another license on top of that. And what are you jokers doing at the end of the day? What are y'all doing today? Keep in mind, if you sit there and tell me you work a job, let me explain something to you about my job at the end of the day. I don't get any breaks. I don't get to go, oh, I'm going to take a day off or so. Because no, anytime I take off could basically hurt my company at the end of the day. I work massive hours. I can be up 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning working, getting almost little less than no hours of sleep a day, getting stuff done. So that work does 10,000 videos. Guess what? That doesn't come from sitting on your butt, baby. You got to work at the end of the day to achieve that. All that testing, tons and tons of work. I must have shot the FLE technology through glass so many times. it wasn't even funny, considering the fact that I was getting baked out there the whole entire time. So yes, a lot of work. Do I enjoy doing it? Yes, because if I didn't, I'd be doing something else right now. I literally would sell out all my technology to some big company and do something else. But I enjoy what I do. But when I love when people sit there and say, oh, get a job. Really? Seriously, get a job. Yeah, when you get home from work, what do? Because I'm still working. When you're asleep, what do? Sleeping. I'm still working. 250-inch screens don't build themselves. Technology we develop doesn't design itself. Literally, someone has to engineer it to put it all together. As a matter of fact, I got technology sitting behind me right now on the table to make for the new cyberpunk gaming projection screens we're going to be showing off pretty soon. I got the material sitting there right on the floor. All that has to be done. Yeah. Yeah. Tons and tons of work. I got 4 different gamer screens I'm working on right now. I got several different outdoor projection screens I'm working on. I got 2 different forms of screen paint that I'm working on, the Imperial and the Alpha Cinemax. All that requires massive amount of testing. FLE technology, which involves an ad tech technology. We're working on the TV projection screen technology we're working on. We have several companies. We had to figure out exactly who had a wallpaper surface that can exceed 106 inches. We got one at 120 and one big enough to do 138 at 235.1. Then I got to hire people to come in and spray these screens, because we're not doing this on a Wagner 250. We have to bring professional sprayers in to spray these screens so they look beautiful. Yeah, it's a whole lot of work, including dealing with the idiots at the same time. Going back and forth to the courtroom, getting this taken care of to the police station, getting the documents, transferring them, going online, submitting incident reports, all that stuff. This is normal work. That's what it is. And then on top of that, the websites I have to update. They're going to take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours to update a site. And I still got to go through my app section. I got to update all of that too on top of that. And the gaming area here we're going to build isn't going to be an easy one. It's going to be quite interesting to assemble and put that thing together here. I'm not worried about permits. Permits is a cakewalk. I can take care of that with no problem whatsoever. It's the building part of it all that we have to assemble and put this thing together. So that's going to be fun. Then take the whole thing apart again when I leave out at the end of the year, because I got other things I want to do. Other places I want to go, other places I plan to see. Alrighty. So no, all those different rooms and environments, like the techno room with all the freaking what's it called, the LED lights and turning floors into liquids, coating ceiling. I mean, ceilings I've coated over and over and over again. Multiple versions of projection screens I bought in to put them together on camera, assemble them, paint them, dry them, display them. That's a lot of freaking work. Put all that stuff together and then tear it all down again and redo it again. And these jerks get man start complaining about every little thing. Good gracious, get a freaking life. Now, to my customers who enjoy the videos, thank you so much. I appreciate your support 100%. You naysayers at the end of the day, get a freaking life, really. That's why I said match and better my demonstrations. If you think what I do is so easy, knock yourself out. Do it yourself. Start with those bachelors first, which y'all refuse to do. Y'all cry and whine over freaking tone demonstrations. You just take some gray paint, stick it against your screen, and do it live. That's all you got to do. How hard is that? How hard is it to just buy it and just stick it against your screen? That's all you got to do. Y'all cry and whine about that. No cowards at the end of the day. Get your job done. If you want to make money at the end of the day, you want to cry and whine about other people make more than you at the end of the day, and you want to cry about that, you want to build your capital and be up there on the level of other people, guess what? You got to work to get it. You got to work to get it. You got to roll up your sleeves, and you got to work to get it. These jokers are sit there and cry and whine about the dumbest things on the face of the planet. I watch y'all demonstrations, poor demonstrations. If you want it, you have to go get it. Oh, gee whiz. Cry, whine, cry, whine, cry, whine, cry. Yeah. It's not ranting at the end of the day, people. It's just tired of seeing the same crap every time I go on YouTube. It's not just them. It's other stuff that I see. Poor ambulance projection screens, crappy projectors set up. Man. The other people that are doing it right, hats off to you. Congratulations. Fantastic job. And the other people are sitting there crying. But we'll find out exactly who's doing a fantastic job, because once you know you're going to require to have a batch number, any form site that I go to, any place that I go, I'm going to make it sure that I bleed it into their system, that they understand that this batch number is required. And this is what you guys hate at the end of the day. Oh, well, who cares? Let me see. Why does that remind me of something? Oh, yeah, it does remind me a little bit of that. Let me see. Oh, my goodness. I tell you, the one person really I laugh about the most is Danny. Danny has an interesting way of explaining products. And again, doesn't know what he's talking about. Using big words and whatever to try to make it sound like it's really technical, but technically you can't back it up. I mean, you sat there and said that your product is not made. He said none of its products are over the counter. Did we think about that one before we said it? Before we posted, did we really take a deep breath? Then go, do you have any idea how much trouble you can get into? You know about zoning? Oh, if they find out that you're basically processing a raw chemical without proper safety procedures, you can be hit with so much crap, it would shock you on the amount of fines you can be hit with. How would I know this? Because I love this zoning office so much. I've been back and forth so much, just learning as much as I possibly can. And there's things I'm finding out about. A lot of things I'm finding about that we're actually in the right and you guys are seriously in the wrong. So you made a statement that none of your products are over the counter. Over the counter products are tested. That's why you can go to Home Depot and Lowe's, all that stuff is tested. Even if you're saying that you're making stuff, or everything you're buying over the counter is already tested. Already. Unless you're doing something stupid like mixing ammonia and bleach. Don't do that, by the way. That's mustard gas. If you're doing something like that, then yeah, you're definitely going to mix something together. It's going to come up very violent. You're going to have problems. But you made a statement that none of your products are over the counter. So you're making them raw. You're engineering them raw. You have to understand, if you look at polyurethane, right? I basically, when I went down to Florida and I basically met this guy who basically had me paint this screen in for this demonstration for his company. And I sat there and I said, well, hey, even though we have an NDA, who's to say that you may not try to reverse engineer my product? And he explained to me why, and the headache of why companies really don't bother with the reverse engineer on a product. And the reason why is because it is a nightmare to do it, an absolute nightmare. So basically, say if you have poly, some other black paint, and you got something else mixed in with it, and you know, it's okay for you to make this stuff, make your own recipe at the end of the day, but say if you want to mass produce it on an extremely high level, right? Like a seriously high level, then there's a good possibility you may have to go in and ask permission from these particular companies that make this product. And if they say no, then that means you're going to have to figure a way how to go in and make the actual product that's used for the ingredients to make the product, if you see what I'm talking about. So say this right here is used to make a product, then you're going to have to say, no, you can't basically use this. That means you have to figure out what they put in this to make it. And then you can't use the exact same thing because you'll come too close to the patent and you get sued. So you have to find other elements that come close enough to it, but are not close enough to it, that will make this. And you have to do that for every ingredient that's involved in that product. There's your headache right there. So that means you have to bring in a serious chemist that can break all this down, rebuild it back up, but make it nothing close to this at all, period. But close enough to it to get away with it. That's a freaking headache, which means there could be a ton of chemicals to make this right here all together. And those chemicals could involve you having to be at a safety hazmat unit wearing certain mask and whatever, mixing this and mixing that with Bunsen burners and all this crazy stuff involved in it just to make this alone by itself. There's your headache. Or better, just keep it the way it is, pay off the individual the money that he wants for it, and just make it and leave it at that. The reverse engineer is a headache. That's why they don't reverse engineer. It's a bit of a headache. Some companies do, if they have it, but most companies don't care, don't want to be bothered with it. Let's just make money, keep this person happy, keep us happy, blah, let's do it that way. It's just too much work. That's literally what he said. And right next to me, as he's having this conversation, was a guy who was basically a nuclear physics. He was a nuclear physics. He spent time in a submarine. This guy's brain was kaboom and crazy insane. And literally, it's like, yeah, it's just too much work. Like the money we got to rent for the facilities, the equipment, the manpower, it's a headache. It's not worth it. I'd just rather just sign a contract with you. However you make this stuff, at the end of the day, we don't care as long as we can sell it and make money together. That's all they care. That's what it comes down to. So learning that from people that are actually in the field, that's how I found out that, yeah, the odds of someone reverse engineering your stuff is really, really rare. It's too much of a headache. But anyway, for the person who said that he made it from scratch, that's a lie. Because the facility that you would need and equipment and zoning and all that stuff you would have to have the permits in order to do this would be insane. There's no way in the world. You can't put that there at all. You couldn't even put it on your land if you wanted to. Environmentally issues and all that stuff. How are you exposing the chemicals? You have to have special dumpsters for all this stuff. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen at all, period. So, no, you're not making this stuff from scratch. You're basically buying it over the counter and you're mixing it, and that's what you're doing. You're saying you're not making it from scratch because you want to sound like you're different from everyone else. And there's water in it. We can tell there's water in it because you have a habit of putting water into your product to thin it out, to have it look like a skin-like kind of texture. We learned that in the first one. Yeah, his product is just black and white paint mixed with water. I guarantee. We get it over here. We're going to have to bring it over here anyway. We had Jamie's stuff already. I know what his stuff is. We tested it. We've been there. We've done it. Danny's stuff, on the other hand, I've never had over here. We did try to get it over here, but he canceled the orders and put the money back in our account. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to get someone to get it over here because, again, I want to test the range gain. As a matter of fact, I picked up a special reader that we have to have anyway for the FLE screens. The FLE screens pick up an extremely high gain, so we have to have a reader for those because we have to be outside in the sunlight, and the meter has to be at the register, and the meters we have don't. But that meter does have a special option on it. It actually can tell the gain setting on the screen. So we're going to test your screen. My buddy also too has a gain gun. He's also going to test the screen. If we paint it a different angle, are we going to get a 8.0 or point, she said 5.885 or something like that. You explain you get two gains on it. That's approximately what they were. So how did he figure this out? That if you paint the screen in a different direction, you get these two gains. Because the question people are going to ask is, no one's going to go with the lower gain. They're going to go with the high gain. They're going to ask questions like, so how do I paint to get the high gain? How do I know I even have it? How are you going to answer that question if you don't know it yourself? That's why I was asking him when he was in one of the rooms one time. He came in the room one time and I asked him, how do you know you had that gain when you paint the screen in? Nothing, no response in the back at all, period, because he doesn't know. And then he put a link up there, and the link goes to the original video on how you paint the screen. It's just doesn't make any sense at all, period. That comes from someone just making up things as they go along. Ooh, I didn't know they put this new option on here. Oh, my goodness. They put something new on here. I like it. Somebody just got a 24-hour timeout. I didn't know they had that option. I can put you on the timeout for that long? For 24 hours? When did they come up with this option? I could have used this a long time ago. 24-hour timeout now. Anyone else comes on here with craziness? 24-hour time. I didn't know they had the option on here. 24-hour timeout. I didn't know we had it on there. All right, good. Because what they'll do is they'll wait for the, put them on like 5-hour timeout, and they'll come back in and still carry on. 24 hours, good. Sure won't be over by then. So you're not banned from the channel. Just think, you're not banned. You've just been put out in a timeout because you've been ranting and carrying on. Again, when people say, don't give people a chance to talk, well, here's the thing. That's what I said. That's why people contact us. We call them. We talk to them. When they're a bit serious about business, this is what we do. But we get people coming here and they want to talk about mumbo jumbo. If you are coming to me about somebody else's product, how about you go to them about their product and request those tests? Because mine are already done. You can go right to my website and look at mine. So how about you ask them about their tests? I still want to see his range gain. And on top of that, painting the screen in. Like, gee whiz Louise. I'm not looking forward to that. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I'm not looking forward to that. Even if I paint a small piece, I'm not looking forward. It's a lot of work. Hit that screen so many times, up and down, up and down, up and down. How many screens I could have painted in that time? That's a lot of freaking work. You know why? Because of all the water in there. The water thins out the paint. When you have a really thin coated paint, he should advise people to spray it on, not roll it on. When you do a roll-on application, the problem you have with that is the fact that you run the risk of streaking your screen. You can't even use a, matter of fact, he's got the wrong roller at the end of the day. A gnat roller is not the roller you want to use for a product that's really thin. You want to, and you shouldn't be rolling it in, period, at all, period. But if you're doing like a stain for like a piece of wood, you're not going to use a gnat roller. Use a foam roller, a smooth roller. That's what you're going to use. Why are you using a gnat roller on a screen that has the ability to do front and rear? Do you have any idea what kind of texture that's going to leave to your screen when you look at the screen on the opposite side? It's like a car ran over your screen. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Usually if you're doing rear projection screen, it's a spray-on application only. It's not front and rear. Hold on for a minute. Let me put this where it needs to go at, and then I'm going to show you. We got it over here already? Yeah, we do have it there. Okay, cool. All right, let's go pop over. We don't go, at least when we go to Danny's site. Danny's site has some common sense. I'm not saying common sense in that way. Common sense on how he's not on the site acting like a complete lunatic. If he does start doing it, then that's going to be hilarious to watch. Because again, we do got an email from him threatening my life, but we'll bring that in court too, by the way. Next time, he sent us an email and he ranted, cursed me out and everything, threatened me, and then he left his email with his Facebook page, Instagram page. If you can't say it's not you, gee whiz. Let's go here real quick. Let's say Partay's page. I wonder if this product is available yet. Here, this gray mix supposed to be coming out on October the 23rd, and I want to put it against the Network Gray 773. Which is interesting because the Network Gray 773, you can paint that in no time at all. Where his product's going to be called, it's going to be a paint-on instruction nightmare. I can see it coming. I really don't feel like painting the screen yet. All right, let's go pop and play. I don't know why I use this part too. You know, you have copyrights to this thing. Premium paints. Look at this. He says, did you know that an ambient projection screen can cost you $2,000 to $7,000? Well, no, not really, honestly. 7,000, no. Gunmetal technology would cost you around that. What the heck is that? Weird. Gunmetal technology will cost you that. Gunmetal costs you $7,000, but it depends on what you're buying at the end of the day. Now, all gunmetal screens are $7,000. A Dark Star 9 at 100 inches would be around $3,000. But if you got around at 120 inches, it still wouldn't equal to $7,000. This wouldn't go to that. Now, if you're talking about diamond technology at 100 inches would cost you around $5,000. But it depends on what you're getting at. If you're talking about a DMP Supernova at around 180 inches, it's around $18,000. But if you're saying that your product is equal to this technology, to these screens that cost that much, you're going to have a ton of certified demonstrations to back that up. Because again, if I come into you and I'm a person with deep pockets and I can afford $5,000 for a screen, what is the difference between your product and Black Diamond? Can you show that? What is the difference between a Dark Star 9? Can you show me that? Because there's a huge difference between gunmetal. Gunmetal screens are actually freaking amazing. But can you show me the difference? Can't show the difference, so you can't make the statement. I got a feeling he's going to be in here ranting pretty soon. Can't rant about things. PSP Paints, he really should have rethought that that name, because now you come up sounding like a game system. That was a bad idea to put PSP in there, because now you sound like a game system. You guys got to start researching your names. All right, let's see if he has this product, this gray product I was curious about. Now here he says that Partay's premium screen paints, PSPs, are made from scratch. I can shoot that to a zoning. For zoning, I can shoot that over to him. Made by scratch. What do you mean made by scratch? It's not an over-the-counter paint. So what is it? So that means, is that a raw element that you're making? How is it not over the counter? Everything pretty much is over the counter. All screen paints are over the counter. It's how they perform is what makes them different. This is why we take our products and we put them against black paint to show that our products don't match any over the counter products. So how is this not over the product? How are you making this? Do you have a test facility? Do you got a flash zone? You got guys walking in and out with hazmatic suits? I mean, what's going on down there? So how is it not over? But then again, he says in his demonstration, they were at Sherman-Williams. Well, guess what that is? That's over the counter. Your product is over the counter. I could take your stuff down to a buddy of mine who's a lab technician. He could basically test your product to see exactly what's in it. I bet you everything in there is over the counter. Everything. I wouldn't tell what it's made of. I would never do that. That'd be wrong, even though he doesn't have protection on this. But I would basically state that the products that he got, are they over the counter or are they made raw? Everything in here is made over the counter. He'd be no way in the world he could ever get that. No, I'm sorry. So let's see what's going on right here. So now his stuff is on sale. He has it at $54. Everything's on sale. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he's got the light gray mixes. He's got them here. Let's see what he's got going on here. We're definitely going to be putting this against house paint. You know it's coming. So let's see what we got going on here. Why is these demonstrations all in the dark? This is mid-gray. That's not mid-gray at all. Mid-gray would never come up that color. Good gracious, do they know what mid-gray is? Oh, this one has the gain capability. So this one has gain range on it. So right here we have 0.85 to 0.9. Can vary slightly based upon the screen application. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to buy 4 of these. If these stuff doesn't do exactly as you claim it, I got a gain gun coming through here. If that doesn't do exactly what it's supposed to do, if I can't get 2 gains off that screen, as you claim it does, I'm going to file fraud charges against you, so you know that, right? So I'm testing that theory. I'm challenging that theory. So I want to see 2 different gains pop up, depending on how I paint the screen. Where is the demonstration on how we're painting this screen in? Do we have it right here? Where's the demonstration on how to paint the screen in? Is there here? Oh, you got to be kidding me. They're all the same demonstration? Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Is the screen going to be black when he paints it in? Yes. Really? Seriously? You guys are that lazy at the end of the day? You don't have a separate demonstration for this? Oh, Danny, I'm going to dig into you. You know it's coming. I'm going to dig into you. Why would you make that? Why would you do that? Why? Look at this. Where's the gray version of this? They're all linked to the same Oh, I've got to see this real quick. Wait a minute. I gotta humor this real quick. And then that video doesn't show exactly how you get the 2 gains. I gotta see this for a minute. Hold on for a minute. That's the dark gray. We already know what the dark gray turned into. Mind you, Jamie, Danny, we watched the demonstration of SolidWorks 5 painting your screen. Does any of this stuff have a batch number, any testing on it? No, there's no batch number on any of this stuff at all, period. His demonstration clearly showed SolidWorks 5 painting the screen in, and it didn't even come up the same color. It came up a complete different color. This is why a batch number is required. Don't buy any of this stuff that can give you a batch number or any kind of testing on this product. Batch number is actually more important. This is dark gray. That's mid-gray. This is the one that didn't come up the same color, had a problem with the color. But this is mid-gray right here. Let me see what we got here. Mid-gray. Mid-gray screen. Let's see, mid-gray. No. I said mid-gray. Gray, not grade. Gray. You know what mid-gray is, right? Because we used to make it for the Digital One Crystal screen paint. And batch numbers. Don't buy anything unless it's got a batch number attached to it. That's the color of mid-gray. All right. So mid-gray is, let me see, mid-gray. That's middle gray. This is middle gray. That's mid-gray. Mid-gray is kind of like a mixture of almost like, it's not charcoal gray. It's kind of like a little darker than gray. It's a little darker, but that's what mid-gray is. So the product that you show that you're painting out is not mid-gray. It's actually black. Where are these demonstrations coming from right here? Because I'm seeing at the bottom, I'm seeing a gray, I'm not seeing a gray, I'm seeing a black screen. And all these demonstrations are in dark environments. Look at this. Why don't you have these screens up where the lights are at? Why are you in these dark environments, those dark corners? Why are you in dark corners with this paint? It's a gray paint. A gray paint, well, again, he can't be in a fully environment. Gray paint will wash out. And that's all the light you have in the environment. That's it. Your screen pictures are way too close. We can't get an idea of what the screen looks like in a fully lit environment. And you're saying it's a lighter gray. Mid-gray, it's a lighter gray. I'm not seeing a lighter gray there. But if I go down and I look at the demonstration, this says right here on how you learn about how to paint the screen with the two games, and I click on here, it just leads me down to the original demonstration that you had for the black screen. There's no other video there. So the product that you're staring around in there, that's not gray, that's black. You do know, gentlemen, when you do these demonstrations, you can't get lazy about it. If that's for the black, that's for the black. You have one for the gray, that's for the gray. You have one for the red, that's for the red. For the blue, the yellow. You see what I'm talking about here? You can't basically, you guys are lazy. Y'all are so lazy, I swear. Y'all are so lazy. You're supposed to have a complete different demonstration for the gray. You're showing how to paint in a black screen. There are two different reactions to the screen. That doesn't make any sense. So this is what you're gonna make all these products and just have one video. That's laziness. No wonder I overpower you guys in video demonstrations. You guys don't do demonstrations correctly at all, period. Because if you were to take this screen and put it against a wall and show what it's going to look like, that's going to look completely different from the gray screen. They're both not going to look the same. That's so, gee whiz. Let me show you why, right here. Now see where he shows the screen right here, which is really dirty. Can you see how the dark edges are right here? Because the screen is not producing a high enough white level. That's why it's coming dirty around the corners. But what you're showing here is you're not showing how a gray screen is going to react. You're showing how a black screen is going to react. So what's the point of having that link on the gray screen? Gee whiz Louise. That's just downright laziness. Can't make a separate video. Let's just all link them to one video. That's just as lazy can be. Let me see here. And it's front and rear. So how the possible, oh man, I got to dig into your stuff today. I have other things to do, but I'm going to dig into you right now. I'm definitely going to dig into you. Let's go get the snow shovel or spade around. I'm going to dig into you. There is so much wrong here, it's not even funny. Now, gentlemen, you have to understand in the tech. This is the reason why we request tests. This is why we need batch numbers, because again, fake specifications. Your product is a spray-on and roll-on application, and you're saying it requires for you to roll it on. You can't roll on a rear application technology due to the fact that you will mark up the screens, and those imperfections will push through on the other side. Even if you try to use a foam roller, you will still mark the screen. You're still going to mark it. So that's not going to happen. We got to come in and talk about this. We got to talk about this, talk about it, and talk about it. Gee whiz.